Hey everybody, welcome back to the Flourgoldwizards channel. Today we're on the hunt for gold. That's right. We're in Wisconsin in a little place that I've mined quite a few times before, but it never hurts to check around, see if you can't find something just a little bit better. So we're doing just that. And actually, this is my second location today. I went and tried out a smaller creek, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 miles from here, and we didn't find anything. No black sand, hardly any gravels at all, just muck. Yuck. So we're back here, and I'm going to show you where we're going to start off today, right now. Now, as always, I have my mining partners with. There's Rigby, the mine boss. He's already on the hunt. He's the world's best gold sniffing hound. We got Bowser here today. Hey, Bowser. Yeah, that's right. And we have Rexaroni. Here's my big buddy. He's mine boss in training. Now, the location we're going to try today first is this one right here. Right where that stick is, I think. And that beer can or something. What is that? That's an old beer can. We'll get that out of here. Looks like a big king can. Yeah? I tell you, we'll get that over in my pile over there. And if you'll notice, that creek is coming down from way up there, and there's a small waterfall. My finger's kind of screwing up the focus there. There's a small waterfall way up there, and this particular creek is coming down and around. It's kind of snakes around just a little bit. But right here, let me see if I can back out of this. It makes a bend right here, and there's a big stoppage right there. And the current is coming down around this way, and then back down to where it used to form a straight line right there. Now that's been there a mighty, mighty long time. That there tree is awfully old, and this big clump of grass and all this stuff here with the trees growing out of it, that's been there a good amount of time. Geez, there's all kinds of beer cans or pop cans laying around here. I'm gonna have my work cut out for me today. I'll be picking all that stuff up. Geez, there's another one. What is going on around here? Well, half of one anyway. Ay. Well, my thought is that the water is coming down, and there's a big old dead spot right there. Now, I brought a little something along today, and I'm going to show you why I think this is a good area. Now, I'm sure you guys have heard before that gold follows inside bends and this and that because it likes to follow the straightest line possible because it's lazy. Well, here's an example of that. Here's the creek we're on. Just right there, and I'll make it creek worthy. There, see that? Now, theoretically, that gold should be following a line like this. Say it was started off in the middle, and it was going down and around. It would hug this bend right here, and then come on down, and then hug this bend, and then come on down and around, and turn into this bend right here. And we are on such an area like that. There's an S bend right there, and we're standing on an S bend. So theoretically, somewhere in this area right here, there should be a line of gold somewhere in the middle or on one of these bends right here. And we're going to try to locate the gold in one of these two areas right here. Maybe not right on the tip right there. I think there's just a little bit too much current, and there's an awful lot of sand on there. But somewhere in these two areas, I believe, we're going to find some gold. Now, we also have a couple more goals. Number one, snack time. Let's write that down. Snack time. There we are. 2, picker. We're going to try to find a picker today. That's right. And number 3, well, I'm not sure what number 3 is yet, but we'll figure it out. That's right, I almost forgot. It's the Chris Lilly Rock of the Week. We're going to find you a nice one today. Well, we hope. All right, when you go to a new location, the first thing, or one of the first things you want to do is a test pan. That's right. Now, I know this is a gold-bearing creek. However, not each and every single area here has had gold in a pan. So I definitely want to set up camp on an area that is holding gold at the time you're there. because gold shifts around, the creek moves, the banks get washed out and filled back in with muck. There could be any number of factors that's going to tell you where you're going to set up. So I'm going to take a big pan out of a couple of different locations in this area right here. I'll be checking for black sand, what types of rocks are here, and ultimately gold. So let's do that. And here's a little look at our material. Let me get that wet. And you can see that's really red looking. That's kind of interesting. I don't know if I've seen too much red material like that before, but we're gonna pan it out nonetheless. There's a nice mix of larger cobbles in there. Yeah. And nice looking gravels. It's all gonna be granitic. I'm sure there's some quartz mixed in there. Plenty of ironstone, but for the most part this stuff is made out of granite. There we are. See, I even have that washed off and it just has like a reddish hue, red-orange hue to it. Sometimes you get in here and everything's real dark colored. Maybe we can even get into some clay. That might be an indication of some different types of clay in the area here. So we got that down pretty quickly. And let's go ahead and pull that back, see what we're dealing with for black sand and whatnots. Well, here's what we're left with right here. Hardly any black sand, no gold. I mean, there's a little bit of black sand in there, see that? Very little bit, but we didn't get down very far. We just barely made it through those cobbles. So let's see if we can't find something a little bit deeper. And I'll show you guys exactly why testing pays off. Or doesn't pay off. I've been doing pan after pan after pan. I panned down over in there. I panned right there. I took a pan from there. I dug that big hole and panned it. Finally I went over there and I dug a hole right there. I had one piece in one of the pans out of there and 3 pieces out of a pan over there, kind of next to the shovel, in an area you wouldn't think would hold anything but muck and leaves. And there was a decent amount of black sand. But it's still not, I don't think, what we're looking for. Let's see if I can even find that. Over here, this glare in this woods here, right there. They are extremely small, little teeny weeny dots in there. Hopefully you guys can see them. Definitely not worth it. I know where we can find way better gold, not far that way. So we're gonna pack up our gear before it gets too darn late, because I'm getting sick of panning and not sluicing. I brought some really good equipment along today, and we're gonna use it. So let's pack up and head her upstream. Well, sometimes you just need to know when to say when. We moved all the way up here. We're done prospecting for the day. I put, I don't know, 3.5, almost 4 hours into driving around trying to find the next mother lode. Is it worth it? Absolutely. But, you know, all day long, maybe not. This is a hobby. It's a fun hobby. And I want to get to the fun part. So we've been in this area before. We've gotten a couple of pickers out of here. We always get a good amount of flour gold, the really tiny stuff. So I'm going to fill up my big tub I brought along today, set up the sluice. We're going to crack another cold PBR. Just relax. Now earlier we were talking about the differences in the colors of materials we were working with here. Now I just noticed that in this spot here is a perfect contrast of the materials here, just like I was talking about before. Now you see how much oranger and rustier this material right here looks? That's an old tailings pile right there, all piled up. And then you move over to this side of this here creek, and look at the color change. That all came out of that hole right there where we were getting really good gold and pickers. And look at the difference in color. Blue, black, gray, hardly any of that orange stuff at all. We found lots of black sand in there, lots of gold. And then you move over here and it's orange. I don't know. I do recall getting gold out of here in the past, but by far my best gold came right out of that stuff right there. All right, now as you can see, my tub is full. It might be a little too full. It's spilling over the sides a little bit. Now, the sluice I brought today has leg holders, and I brought legs for it. This will allow me to basically set it up anywhere there's any elevation. I'll be able to get the front end exactly where I need it and drop the back end up or down exactly the way I need it to the material we're running. Some material is heavier, some is lighter. This stuff here, it depends on whether you break into a big black sand deposit or not, because a lot of this stuff is just really granitic, washed, gray, blonde sands mixed with little gray pebbles and this and that. But there is a good amount of black sand in there, so we'll figure out how to set our sluice up just right after we get it in the water. So let me get my legs in here, and we're going to get to running. My favorite part. Now we got our sluice in the water. Our tub's sitting right there, but the boys reminded me we still have to do a snack time. I thought, what the heck, you know, they've been working awful hard today, so we're going to have a snack. Courtesy of Bobo Links, 100% grass-fed. These beef sticks are awesome. My boys love them. Here's one for the big Rexers, one for Big Bowser, yeah, one for the big rig mine boss. Yeah, they need that. They're hard-working miners. Snack time? Check. All right, boys are over there taking a little fiver. Here's my sluice. Here's the first scoop of our day right here. Tell you what, we've been doing prospecting stuff so long today. It's nice just to sit back and feed a sluice. I don't know if that's gold right there. Let me give it a poke one time. Nope, I think it might be a little mud. But after my first scoop, it looks like we're running a little bit too fast. Some of these washed out instantly, especially the ones up at the top. We don't want that, so I'll just raise the front edge up here till we can get the material to sit in there about halfway full in each and every one of these, and we'll be in business. Oh, these boys are such big helpers. Yeah. Well, as you can see, it's a beautiful day out here. It's probably in the 60s or so, a little hot for my blood, but we're going to manage. I've got that material about halfway run, and I like doing cleanouts. So I think there was 4 pails in there classified down to 3/16 of an inch. So I'm going to do a cleanup in a quick pan just to make sure we're capturing gold. I know there's gold in the area where we were digging. I've got that down probably a little over 3 feet now. And I would hate to not have my sluice running properly, test, and run all this material over it just to have it go in a pile over there somewhere. So let's clean this out and see what's in it. Just like that. right, here's all our material. We'll put in this here pan. Give it a splashing. Nice and clean. That's a lot. That's way too much to pan out here in the wilderness. So we'll just do it really quickly, just till we see some gold, and we'll dump it in our concentrate container, and then we'll run the rest of that material. All right, this is taking forever. That is a monster pile of black sand, but I have been seeing some flashes of gold in these top corners here, and then I give it a tap up, and it takes forever to move that black sand down again till I see it. So I'm just gonna do it till I can see some gold again quick. This is taking forever, and I want to get the rest of that bucket run there. Looks like we got a little chunk of lead right there. And man, this stuff is really super powder fine black sand. And let's see here, where's some gold? There's a piece of gold showing up right there. Let me see if I can pull that out of there. There we go. Yep, right there's a nice looking piece. Hopefully you can see that. Let me zoom in here. There we go. Right there's a piece. Let me shake this down. Oh yeah, look at there. There we go. Now we got some gold showing up at the top. That one there looks a little chunkier. Can I feel it? No, I can't feel none of that stuff. But there's definitely gold mixed in here. Let me see if I can pull some more of that out of there. Yep, there's a whole bunch starting to make a line right there. So we're doing all right, for sure. Let's go ahead and grab my concentrate container. Yeah, let's see right here. Just a little green Menards bucket. We'll dump all that right in there. Just like that. We'll process material that better back at home, back at the ranch. And it's a little closer to the Fridge of Wonder. Well, we've got all our material run. Here's our pile of concentrates right here. And it was a really, really nice day out here, that's for sure. Boys are still having fun. We moved a whole pile of material today. Wonder if I can go see the bottom of my hole now. All the murk went out of it. Oh yeah. That's a pretty deep hole right there. That goes down there a long ways. I wonder if I can get rid of that glare. You can see the edge right here. Look at that. That's down there a long ways. That's for sure. So we're going to get this stuff back to the shop. And we're going to process this material proper like. We're going to use all kinds of tools and classifiers and, you know, who knows what. It's just too darn hard to do it out here effectively. So that's what we're up to. Let me get this stuff packed up. Ooh, and I forgot something. It's the Chris Lilly Rock of the Week. Let's take a little peek at this baby. It's not a big chunk of gold or anything like that, but it's got some really cool banding in it. Take a little peek at that. All kinds of different colors in there. I don't know what most of that material is. It might be some granite in there. It looks like some quartz and maybe some chert, but it kind of caught my eye as being cool. So what are we going to do with this one? Who's Chris Lilly? Well, he's this guy up in Canada. He likes cool rocks, same as a lot of us. And every once in a while I find a cool one, and I say I'm going to ship it to him, or I don't. What are we going to do with this one?
Come on, get out of here, yeah!
Check. And we made it back to the shop. We got to check a little something out of the Fridge of Wonder here. That's right. Get that baby cracked open. Check. And here's all those beautiful concentrates we got today. It's a mixture of super small stuff all the way up to, well, 3/16, because that's how big the punch holes in my classifier are. 3/16. So I'm going to run this stuff through a classifier back here at the ranch. A 30 mesh classifier and a 50 mesh. Anything that goes through the 30 and does not go through the 50 will still be easy enough to pan. So I'll have big, medium, and super small. We'll run the super small stuff over my cleanup sluice here. Let's see what we get. And we'll just take a little bit of water with a container here. We'll get that good and juicy. Just like that. Shake it around. There we go. That should about do the job. Well, there's a lot of material that's not going through that 30. I'm a little surprised at that. A lot of material that's not pebbles. There's some mighty big sand in there, I think. All right, let me finish this up. We'll pan the bigs and run the littles. And here's all the material from the plus 30. Right here, that's a couple tablespoons right there all day long. So hopefully there's some gold in this stuff. There hardly ever is. There's never any gold in the bigs, but every once in a while, we are surprised. So let's see how surprised we are today. Oh, come on, baby. Show me one piece. You know what I'm going to do? Check for magnetics quick. Here's my magnet. And there are some magnetics in the larger stuff. I'll put those back down at the bottom there where we already panned back. Give it some more taps. Flatten it out. Pull back some of the lighter material. This stuff is incredibly dark stuff here. Wow. And this stuff here is so easy to pan. It doesn't even pay to run it over a cleanup sluice. Just going to clog up your little riffles and whatnot. And just like that, it's done. So we'll put that off to the side. Move on to our plus 50. All right, and here's all our plus 50 gold, or material. That'd be nice if that was all gold. That's for sure. Now, the majority of our material, I can see right off the bat, is going to be smaller than 50 mesh. And that's in that other pan over there. I've got my cleanup sluice right here, if you can see it. And we'll fire that puppy up in a minute. But this stuff's plenty easy to pan back too. You can see it's kind of a little bit of an amber color. There's a lot of garnet sand in there. And it pulls back really, really easy. Hardly any black sand. It was almost all garnet sand. So there's no gold in that stuff there. We'll put that off to the side. Fire up our sluice. All right, we've got that material all ready to roll here. I've got my sluice on, a little bit low. I'm going to turn it up a hair. That's running at about 7 degrees right now. 6, 7 degrees is probably a good start. If you have some super weird, heavy, I don't know, crushed quartz material, you might want to turn the pitch up just a hair. So we'll go ahead and drop one on there, see how that runs. Extremely well. That's exactly what this sluice was made for. Super small material, super small gold, and I'll show you how this baby's running. All right, we'll just keep feeding this baby. Let's throw small amounts on there at a time. Now this is only designed to hold or retain when you're all done about I don't know, close to a tablespoon, maybe 3/4 of a tablespoon of material. So you definitely wouldn't want to put more than that on there at a time. Because why would you put more material on a sluice than it can actually hold? You'll just be losing gold that way. So I'll just take my time, throw small scoops on there, and look for the gold. Just like that, TV magic. It's all in there, and I do spy some gold. Let's see if I can make this happen here. There's a couple of pieces right there. These riffles are mighty small, so it's kind of hard to pick them out. Unless it's stacked up like cordwood, but it's not. So let's get that into a pan, and we'll take a little look at it. All right, the panning is complete. Here's the gold all cleaned up. Let me get that glare out of there. Hey, you darn lights, I tell you. That's not bad. That's a lot of pieces of gold right there. I kind of got it in a crappy pan here. Wonder if I can tap that up into a smile. Nope, not with one hand. But even these here look big compared to some of those right there. That's all gold dust right down in there. The finest stuff you ever did see. other than maybe hard rock mining. But this stuff is absolutely minute. It all went through a 50 mesh classifier right here. All this gold. You never be able to feel any of it, that's for sure. But hey, he did pretty darn good. Let me see if I can get that down into a corner here. Well, maybe not a corner, but it's piled up. And we did our tailings, which are right here. We lost 2 pieces. There they are, maybe 3. That one dot down there might be a little piece. It's kind of hard to tell. Could very well be, but 3 pieces out of all that, that's a win. So was our whole day today. Beautiful weather. And I had my mining buddies with me today. They really had a blast. It's starting to get warm out. They can lay on the ground when they need a fiver. No more laying in the snow. At least not for another 3 months when winter comes back. So thank you guys for coming along. Hope you enjoyed it. Until the next episode, like, share, subscribe. Please do leave a comment. It helps build our channel. Check out our Patreon page in the description box below. Flourgoldwizards out.